Hey everybody, everybody who's nobody, because nobody's on yet, but I know you guys are being notified. Welcome to another Instagram live interview with MS Insight. I'm so glad you guys are here. We love bringing you patient stories here at MS Insight. We just want to make sure that people in this community know that they have encouragement and support and solidarity. And today we're going to bring you another one of those stories. We're going to be talking to Kyle, which is exciting because I don't get to talk to a lot of guys. We almost have almost all girls that are on. Okay, we're going to bring Kyle in right now. A little bit about his story. He is coming on. I just let him in the room. Hey, Kyle.
Hey there.
How are you?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Good. I'm glad we were finally able to make this happen.
Yeah, finally.
Well, thank you so much for doing this. We are just so glad to be talking with you. As you probably know, we just really like to share patient stories and just hear the various journeys that people go on. I know it's different for everybody when it
Yeah,
comes to MS, whether it's symptoms, medication, treatment. It's always different. Nobody has the same story.
that's the
So,
truth.
yeah. So I would love to start with just tell us a little bit about yourself and then when you were diagnosed.
Okay, my name is Kyle Cronick. I just turned 31 this past weekend, um, and I was diagnosed when I was 21. I've
Mm,
been a decade with primary progressive multiple sclerosis, which, like you were saying, absolutely everybody is so different. And I feel like primary progressive multiple sclerosis is its own beast
mm-hmm.
because it never goes away. It is nonstop. There's no break. There's no
Mm.
remission. Um, so yeah, it's been a decade that has felt like many decades.
Oh my goodness. So what was it that initially caused you concern and got you to the doctor to get this figured out?
Well, it was May of 2011, and I just woke up one day, and the left side of my body was numb and tingling like it was asleep. I couldn't see out of my left eye, and those symptoms persist and are very bad. I'm legally blind in my left eye. Uh,
Mm.
and then just a myriad of seemingly unrelated symptoms. And then, yeah, after my initial MRI and them seeing over 100 lesions in my brain upon my initial diagnosis, it was
That's
I was lucky in that so many people go years and years without answers of
hmm
why they're experiencing this. Uh,
yeah.
but after my neurologist, the first visit with her, she was like, "Oh yeah, this is MS." After like 30 seconds,
And
uh,
had you experienced other health problems in the past, or did this all sort of just come on suddenly?
I've always been pretty healthy, pretty active. I used to be a runner, a basketball player, a mountain biker, a hiker, a surfer. So yeah, this just came out of the blue and
Hmm.
really took me by surprise. It's still surreal.
So what was, what went through your brain, 21 years old? I mean, it's just like, you're getting into the prime of your life there. What
Yeah.
went through your head when you got that diagnosis?
Well, luckily it was multiple sclerosis. Google had me convinced that it was ALS and that I was
Mm.
dying.
Yeah, that is really
Google
scary.
shouldn't go to Google with intense health issues.
Which everybody will anyways, but
Absolutely.
but no, that's I guess if you thought, you were headed that direction and you got this
Yeah.
diagnosis, there would be a little relief.
Yeah. I was like, oh, that's it? Okay. Uh, I think that's manageable. Um, but my first neurologist, she did not paint a picture of optimism.
Mm,
She was like, well, you will most likely be blind and in a wheelchair by the time you turn 30. Uh,
geez.
which
And
is
you're
a
like,
terrible thing to say to a new young patient.
well, and it's like even if that were true, like come on, like say it in a different way or something, that's
Exactly.
scary. No one needs to be thinking that way right off the bat.
Exactly. Yeah. And yeah, for the past 10 years, I thought the use of a wheelchair meant that was the end of the line. Like, I lost.
Mm,
But this past year, I just bought my first wheelchair.
hmm
And I see it in such a different light. It's giving me back so much freedom that has been taken from me the past 10 years.
That's a really interesting way to look at it.
It's so nice. Yeah, I really thought that was the end. A wheelchair. I was like, that's it.
So how often do you use it all the time, or is it
I
just
do
sort of
not.
okay?
I exercise almost every single day. I do physical therapy once a week, and I usually only use the wheelchair when I'm going a little distance. I can't
Hmm.
walk very far on my own.
Hmm.
And I mean, I rely on, I have to have my walker at least.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
can't walk unassisted.
Okay.
So yeah, I've been wanting to keep up with my friends walking around town. I definitely use the wheelchair and the power assist, and I'm outpacing them,
Yeah.
which feels good.
Yeah, yeah, there's one benefit right there. You can definitely go faster.
Yeah.
So, how do you, are you on medication? How do you manage your symptoms?
It is day by day. Every day is different. I've been very focused on my diet and what I put in my body, first and
Hmm.
foremost.
Hmm.
That's my first line of treatment. But then I also do Ocrevus,
Hmm.
the disease modifying therapy that I go every 6 months for an infusion. Um,
Hmm.
and then, like I was saying, I do physical therapy at least once a week. Um, I feel like I've run the gamut with treatments.
Yeah.
I've tried everything.
How do you feel like the nutrition part impacts you?
I feel like that is I can see the effects quicker than anything else.
Hmm.
Like if I'm eating really poorly, a lot of sugar, a lot of pizza, I might not be having a good day the next day.
Hmm.
But if I'm eating a lot of greens, a lot of vegetables, a lot of nutrient dense stuff, I just feel lighter,
Mm.
which is good because I feel so heavy all the time.
Yeah, yeah. How do you stay sort of mentally stable? Because I know this is a mental battle as well as a physical battle. So,
It really is.
what are things that you do to not let yourself just go to a dark place?
I start every day with meditation.
Hmm.
That is profound. It's a simple practice, but it is so profound.
Hmm.
And I do realize that just moving my body, stretching, that gets the juices flowing, and I know that I'm not going to be in a dark place if I'm just moving a little bit. If I'm just sitting here and not doing anything, I will inevitably get depressed,
Yeah.
and that's not a place I want to be.
Now, where do you live?
I live in Asheville, North Carolina.
Okay, I was just wondering because I was thinking about COVID and wondering how that had affected you over the past year.
It's been it was I mean just like MS 2020 was and the pandemic was different for absolutely everybody. I live by myself with my two dogs, and I rely on social interaction to keep me going.
Mm.
That's another thing for keep me staying positive.
Hmm.
So to have my social interaction just cut off
Yeah.
and having to stay home quarantined to be safe.
Were you able to find like online communities?
For sure. Uh,
Okay.
I started my Instagram probably September of 2020.
Oh, okay. Okay. So that's what sort of
Yeah,
propelled you to do that.
absolutely. That was such a big source of connection with people all over the world.
Yeah. And so how are you using Instagram these days? It looks like you're continuing to use it on a regular basis. What are your goals
Yeah.
there?
Honestly, I want to be a resource to people that are newly diagnosed. Um, because I remember how bewildering it was, how lost I felt. I still feel lost, but I remember when all of this started happening, I just wanted some kind of answers, some solitude, and I don't know, just some solace.
Have you been able to connect with people that have the same kind of MS as you?
Yes, actually, through my Instagram, actually, this group of women that they all have MS, and they're all over the country. They're very impressive women, and we are starting up a little panelist kind of webcast called
Oh,
MS
cool.
Confidential.
Very
Um,
cool.
we are shooting our first episode next week, so stay tuned.
Oh, well, tag us. We'll help you guys share it for
Oh yeah,
sure.
absolutely.
That's that's great. That gives you sort of, I think always when you have a project or you have sort of a mission beyond
Mhm.
just getting through the day to day, that really can make a big difference in just how you feel overall.
Absolutely.
So a lot of people in our community are newly diagnosed. I mean,
Hmm.
even diagnosed within the past week or so, and they are just kind of frantically searching for information. Like you were saying,
Yep.
we've got our support group, and it grows like crazy. And it's just
Oh yeah.
people searching for MS support group on Facebook, and we just happen to have like a very sort of generic name, and so they find us, and they're like,
Right.
yeah, I was diagnosed like 2 hours ago. So we've even seen that. And so, my question that I always like to ask people like you that have been living with MS for a longer period of time is what is your best advice for them? And what can you say to them as they sort of just begin this journey?
Just keep moving, keep searching for answers because, like you were saying, everybody's MS is different. What works for me may not work for somebody else. So leave no rock unturned. There is a lot that we can do to combat this crazy illness.
Yeah, I would say one thing that I sort of hear from others as well is to empower yourself, to educate
Mhm.
yourself, to ask all the questions. Don't stop at one doctor, get
Right.
second opinions. Like, because, MS is so complicated, it's evolving, and there's a lot of things. I mean, just in the past 10 years, there have been so many new treatments and
Yeah.
medications. And, in the coming years,
Oh,
there's going to be even more of that, which is
yep.
really good news for I would say, people have told me it's better to be diagnosed now than it was, 20, 30 years ago because there are a
Absolutely.
lot more options available. So,
Yeah.
so that's good. Well, Kyle, thank you so much for sharing your story.
Yeah.
How can people find you? What do you want? What's your message for the road before we sign off?
My message is also my username for Instagram. It's gotta keep going.
Oh, that's so good.
So
Yeah.
we gotta keep going no matter how tough it is. We gotta keep going.
Yeah.
Nobody else is gonna do it for us.
Right, exactly. It takes a lot of inner strength. But that's why, I think we want to build this community. And that's why it's so great that there are so many communities online now. There is no reason to be doing it alone. No reason to be doing
Right.
it alone.
Nope.
So, all right, Kyle. Well, thank you so much. Everybody follow Kyle, and we will look forward to your panel that you're doing with the ladies, and happy to share that information. And just thank you so much for being here today.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Bye.
Bye.